stop, no talking now. I'm going to be changing my stream schedule soon. Yeah, I just want to make sure that you guys know it. Otherwise, I would have just you know, cut my not really cut my losses, but just give it a try. New schedule, kind of yeah. Nope, that's not it. I'm trying to find the Goddess Fall song piano, the current version of the opening song. What song is this? How come I don't remember this song at all? You were confused when you heard this too? Hell yeah. Did you manage to find the opening song? Nope. 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 You found it on Spotify? Shit. The ending one? Yes, that's the song I'm talking about. Is it not in here? Did they not make it available? Or is it maybe in Afterworld? This song. This is the song that I'm looking for. Wait, why are there two songs here that are not available? Oh, it's no obtaining source event. At the end of the event, that song. Yeah. Probably hard mode first. Maybe you're right. Anyways, yesterday I tried to film a video and I was feeling too tired and I fell asleep filming it. It was so embarrassing. I tried to edit it and yeah, nope, that didn't work either. Oh. Welcome to Arena. I'm Diamond 1 again. Nice. Let's do a quick one. Boom. Must have so much fun. Ready? No! No! Oh my god. Alright, I'll change the audio to English again. Oh, don't I have to restart to change it to English? There we go. Yeah. Ah man, I'm so tired. I've been working on my company stuff. And I'm just exhausted today. Between that, putting out new content for this channel, all this stuff, it's rough. But hopefully it's fine. I'll get through this too. How to shoot photos like a cinematographer? Gacha grind. Now I'm looking at YouTube right now. Oh! No talking up. Yes, cardistry stuff. Oh wait. Check this out. I bought chili tuna. The extra spicy chili tuna. TikTok has a lot of tutorials on recording using phones. I was producing phone video tutorials since 2020, I think. So trust me when I say, I know, bro, I know. You only have, how do MLB chime? Silver mileage tickets. Silver mileage tickets, if you use it, you can MLB her. Wait, you're eating that raw? Yeah. Wait, what? You cook it? Brother, what do you mean? You don't cook this, you just eat it right out of the can. Maximum spicy. Microwave it in this metal tin. The microwave will explode lah, bro. This is my high protein snack that I eat from time to time. And it even comes with one full chili padi inside. What's up, Kilo Raf? Check that out. Holy. Oh my, the full chili padi eh. If you are a Westerner, you probably have not seen this or have not tried this. This is the good shit. You eat that with bread? That works as well. Yeah. Hiya, why you not cooking for yourself? I can, but I want a snack. A really good one, the tuna gulai from Gaga. Gaga tuna gulai. Ikan tuna. Is this the one that you're talking about? This one, bro? Alright, I'll give it a try sometime if I can find it. Enjoy the time off. I gotta go to bed. Alright, Jaspas. Thank you for dropping by. The canned one is microwave, mind-blowingly good. Can't eat fish from a can. Bro, if you tried this one, you would be able to. I tried quite a few different flavors for the Ayam brand tuna. There's a period of time I was trying to go like maximizing the protein intake in my snacks. So I tried buying tuna chunks in water and I tried to eat this. Fuck, that was disgusting. That was the worst. I ate one and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna throw up. This is horrible. So I was like, nah, never again. That being said, the one that I have right now is this one. Is this one? Nope. Is this one but level 5 spiciness? Fucking amazing. fucking amazing. Avoid the water and brine. Olive oil is okay? Yeah, true. Hey, Crimson, you didn't stop by for the previous few Arknight streams. I was surprised. But last stream for now. I need to focus on my other YouTube channel. And also I noticed that live streams don't bring in new people. You play Arknights? Yeah, I did. But it's fine, Crimson. What do you mean we grew? Nah, true. We did grow, but I feel like I need to focus on producing high quality videos. I'm just saying that this is a tactical decision as well as a I need to go and earn money decision, and also blah 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 blah. We have grown indeed. You can check it out. Where is audience? Here. Definitely. In fact, we are on an upswing right now. Damn, we are upswing. That's nice. But essentially, we have new viewers coming in. We have casual viewers coming in, regular viewers coming in. At a ratio of 8 to 4 to 1. You only saw Nikke and CZN streams. There are a few days like I started this stream, then I do another one. But it's fine. It's fine, Crimson. Videos growing your audience. Nikke Vet tries Arknights. Hell yeah. Nikke Ultimate Guide to Wishlist. Hell yeah. This video for some reason. Whoa, what's this dot? What's this plot graph? Oh, cool. Are you planning to branch out? Not branch out. Do you have any recordings of your journey in Arknights? I do. In fact, everything that is available on the lives, right? I can just download it from here. Let's say I want to talk about Chaos Zero Nightmare Day 1. I can download the entire 8 hours of content and then just 7 hours of content, and I can edit it together. Try and combine the streams, sell gacha cardistry goon on TCG chicks. TCG chicks? What's TCG chicks? I'll put together an Arknights, my first few months in Arknights video at some point. Nice, Crimson. I will put together a video. I've been meaning to, but I haven't had time to do it. Between all the Nikke content, the Chaos Zero Nightmare content, and now I need to get back to my main job stuff. It's a lot. Oh yes, I can change this as well. Change this to join the Discord. Now night feels dry because of that mega hard game mode, huh? Goon in real life at the mall. Oh yeah, am I gonna be an OnlyFans content creator now? Let's go. Oh. Is there a health app on the Mac? Health. No, there isn't. I went for a cycle today as part of my cardio, right? Let me see if I can find it. Check this out. 19-kilometer cycle. Hell yeah. Very nice. Hi, Henry. Yeah. So, at some point, I'll put together the Arknights video. And then I will put together the CZN new player experience video. And then imagine cardioing. So the thing is that I'm trying to look sexy and hot. Surprise, surprise, people are more willing to buy stuff from people that are sexy and hot. You know it, I know it, everybody knows it, right? So I would like to be...
Long live the Crown Kingdom!
I would like to be sexy and hot. Even though that's not the case yet. Actually I should check my weight. Give me a moment. Sorry gang. You look better than I do, if that makes you feel better. Thank you. Thank you, Kiloraf. I appreciate you saying that, but no. Alright, this is the person that we have to beat in terms of looks. Alright. And we have to do it without plastic surgery because I hate that shit. Let me see a photo of him. Okay, yep. This. Ryan Gosling. I can't change the race lah, but yeah. This is the target. We need to be like... like that. And also without the height because I don't want to do that shin extending surgery either. Oh shit, we're fucked. Bro, you wanna look like that? Can I? Kiloraf hooking me up? Kiloraf got a solution? Let's go! Need to build that chin muscle? Yeah, you think I don't know how to mock? Alright, the doggy Shiba dog shaking his body from left to right, surrounded by red hearts. Let's go. Oh yeah, you're right. Mew, not mock. My bad. Alright. Let's find that tier list generator. I need to refilm that video because last night I fell asleep while talking. Fuck man, I was so tired yesterday. At least today I feel better because I cycled. Maybe not. That's not Enray. Enray always says poop emoji. Nah, Enray just see that today is the last stream, so he's extra happy and then extra like being sweet. So he's sending dog with hearts. To be fair, right? I think. I say this last stream. I think I will still be checking in once a week, maybe on Thursdays at 4 AM on Thursdays or Thursday nights. Thank you for the pile of poop with a face, Enray. Appreciate it. Yeah. Sad? No need to be sad. It do be like that. Work calls and then we have to go and do it. Oh my god, they gave 4 pieces of chili. What the fuck? 5! Oh, I love the chili. No talking now, tell me if I'm right. In Indonesia, there's a dish that is literally fried chili. You have to do everything before winter. What's happening in winter? Ghost pepper? I've eaten ghost pepper before. Yes. Sim for Anis? Bro, we are all gonna sim for Anis. 100%. Nikke tier list maker. Nikke all characters tier list. Alright. So yesterday I tried to do this, but I was falling asleep while doing it. Caroline Reaper? I have not tried. Is it good? Where's the refresh? This reset. Boom. Okay. SSS here, solo rate here, and not good enough. Yeah. Bro, the entire community is gonna sim for this, don't worry. Oh, you don't know how hot a Caroline Reaper is? Haven't tried it. Holy, it's double the spice compared to ghost pepper. Okay. Do people eat that? Because even with the ghost pepper, it was at the limit of what I could eat already. Let me rephrase. Do people eat that for fun? Up to 2x2? Alright. Should I get rid of the ads? Yeah, we should get rid of the ads. Let's do this. And then we do this. Nice! Okay. Maybe not like that. Maybe... yeah, like this is better. We don't need that ad. We'll open this wider. How do I frame this so that it looks nicer? Maybe like this. Like this. Crop the bottom off. Crop the sides off a little bit. Crop the other side off a little bit. Crop the ad at the top off. Nice. Nice. Now it looks good. Okay. Pepper X is a lot. Alright. Have you tried it? Actually, how hot is chili padi? $50,000 to 100,000. Good to know. Okay, we'll start in a moment, alright? Just chilling out for now. A little spicy is good. Don't wanna die. Good idea. Dying is not good for health. I'm trying to figure out the themes that I want to use for the upcoming solo raid. And I'm not sure whether I'm going to run Crown in this theme or not. Or rather, I'm not sure whether I'm running Nayuta in this theme or not. It feels like if you want to max out your damage output in Team 1, this is the way to do it. But at the same time, it's like the amount of damage increase that you get from Nayuta Crown not really a lot. Team 2 I'm running something like this. I don't know who the last member is yet. Team 3 for the first time, I'm gonna try to run the sustained damage team. We'll see if that works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Who knows? Team 4, we are going with probably either Crown here or Anchor here.
Are we going to do some marine life exploration?
Honestly, think if I use Must Anchor, it'll be better here. But we'll see. The distributed damage buff from Must Anchor works great with Scarlet Black Shadow. And finally, Team 5, I'm gonna run the shotgun team. But with Dollar for cooldown rate. Not really feeling this team. But problem is that the number of DPS, wind type DPS Nikkes is too little. So we'll probably run this team even though I don't feel good about it. This team, I don't know who. It's the last member. Probably a DPS character. Even though I don't know who. How similar are my teams compared to you guys' teams? You're raw dogging it? Let's go. Let's copy what I see on the leaderboard. Hell yeah! It's a classic. You don't have Asuka and whoever? Oh fuck. That's the problem with not having the collab characters, or rather having the collab characters be limited time. If people miss it, then solo raid they're fucked. They're super fucked. I guess you have to use guilty if you don't have. Oh my gosh, that's sad. Man, what a good snack. After eating that tuna, I just want more. Just want more. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
Long live the Crown Kingdom!
Oops, wrong button.
Long live the Crown Kingdom!
Alright. We're gonna refilm. We're gonna refilm this. Should I made it hot then added steam rice? Oh my god, that sounds not bad too. Oh, my sister-in-law gave me some Chinese snacks as well. The thing is that it's not my favorite type of snacks, so I haven't been like craving to eat it, and it has just been sitting there on the side for a long time. Alright. You gotta go get a snack too? Let's go! Chicken skin? Wow! Bro, that sounds awesome. That sounds amazing, bro. And to go with something oily, you have to drink some tea, man. Get some. So, I didn't realize this, but pure green tea is the flavor that I've been looking for the longest time. I thought it was gonna be tasteless and bland. Turned out it was exactly the flavor I was looking for, which is the Japanese ocha flavor. Alright, shall we start recording video? I'll need this to guide my video making. Alright, here we go. Everybody say hi to YouTube. Say hi, YouTube. Hello and welcome back to another Nikke video. In today's video, we're going to be ranking every single Burst 1 character in Nikke Goddess of Victory as of the 3rd year anniversary. Now, why are we not mixing Burst 1s with Burst 2s and Burst 3s? Very simple. A Burst 1 can never be replaced by a Burst 2 or Burst 3 unless that Burst 3 is Rapi Red Hood. So, for this tier list, I'm going to take into account the fact that characters such as Red Hood over here, wow, it's lagging, the website is lagging, as well as Rapi Red Hood, which is over here. We're gonna assume that they are Burst 1s for the sake of this tier list. For each character that I talk about, I'm gonna give you some pointers and tips on why they are good and why how they would be better and how would they become usable. Not good enough tier will contain Burst 1 Nikkes from PvP and surface content. Basically, this tier list that I'm making right now only applies to characters in their normal shooting content. Alright, without further ado, let's get down to the Burst 1 tier list. First up, we have Emma, machine gun shooter. She's a fire type Nikke, and she heals. But that's it. That's all she does. She just heals. Big boobs. Not the best character in the game. Let me change the colors around a little bit actually. She's also the character that appears the most in early day Nikke ads, which is a very glorious art form on its own. However, she's not good enough. Put her there. Next up, we have Miranda, Miranda's a crit rate support character right from the get-go. However, recently she got her treasure item, which makes her a much more stable, much more significant crit rate supporter. At the same time, she also buffs herself and has become sort of a sub DPS, much like the position that Grave takes. In the treasure update, she went from not good enough up to solo raid level. You can commonly see her used beside Mihara bonding chain to create the infinite crit rate technique skill tech. Yeah, not quite SSS tier, but she's definitely up there in solo raid. D Killer Wife. Okay, here we go. D Killer Wife. For D Killer Wife, everybody's favorite wife is a pure sniper support character. She gives your pure sniper increased pierce damage. She gives your team's pure snipers increased pierce damage, as well as has a very significant 8-second cooldown rate. Can I double check that? Fact check, please. Seven seconds. Oh, oof, I mistook. And at the same time provides the team with a very significant 7 seconds cooldown rate. What's coming in this list, the burst 1 list, is that you're gonna realize that unless a character has cooldown rate attached to their skill kits, majority of them are not gonna be good enough for solo raids. The Killer Wife, however, is one of those that is good enough to be in the solo raid category. Next up, we have Zwei. If I can just see her. Next up, we have Zwei. Everybody's favorite schoolgirl that also rewards pierce damage. In fact, as far as pierce damage goes alone, she's probably one of the more significant supporters of that archetype. Not only that, she also supports cover recovery. Not only that, she also supports cover recovery, cover repair, creating making her a significant character in the burst 1 category. The problem is that she doesn't have cooldown rate, and going from a 20-second cooldown rate full burst cycle to and increasing from a 13-second cooldown full burst cycle up to a 20-second full burst cycle simply is too big of a downside for using Zwei. Hopefully, if she ever gets favorite item, you'll either make her numbers big enough or give her cooldown rate so that she becomes strong enough to be played. Not good enough as of right now. Next, we have the bubbly, the lovable, the cute, the sexy Sora. She's cute, she's sexy, she wants to fly, she wants to bring you to the Mile High Club, and she heals you. And that's about it. It's unfortunate, but Sora is in the not good enough club. Emma 2 Electric Boogaloo. I love this Nikke. Attack up, crit rate up, crit damage up, charge damage up, true damage up, healing all the time. This character does it all. If she had cooldown rate, she would be in SSS tier for sure, 1 billion%. But she doesn't. even then, whenever the solo raid comes, even then, as long as there's solo raid, even then, as long as there's a true damage unit relevant to a solo raid, Emma is worth thinking about. Emma 2 Electric Boogaloo gets a solo raid rank. I love her. So good. I'm still hoping for the moment. I'm still hoping for the time that she finally gets the burst 3 true damage character. I'm just hoping for the time where the ultimate burst 3 true damage DPS character comes out. Then Emma, Unwa, Vesti will all have their time to shine. Looking forward to it. Lita, everybody's favorite Lolly Baba. Since day one, she has always been in SS S tier and was only replaced by, and her position as SSS tier was only challenged at the 2.5 anniversary for Goddess of Victory Nikke with the release of Siren Little Mermaid. She gives you a solid cooldown rate. She gives you a solid cooldown rate refreshment. Lita gives a solid cooldown rate refreshment. She gives you attack up. She gives you more ammo. She even fixes your cover. A freaking fantastic busted character from day one of the game. Even today, if you're a new player, I would recommend you investing into Lita because she will also help you get over the 160 wall. If you don't know what the 160 wall is, it's a part of the game that is gonna challenge majority of players and make it hard for majority of players to overcome. Find out more about the 160 wall by clicking the link in the info cards up there. But ever since Siren Little Mermaid appeared, Lita just hasn't been feeling the same. She just doesn't hit the same anymore. And from there, I think she slid down to solo raid here. Still a very good, solid Nikke. Next up, we have Pepper. Pepper is everybody's day one solution to Gravedigger. Remember, Gravedigger used to be a much faster boss that went like, and it was literally impossible to catch up to the QTE circles that was flying around. At that point of time, your only solution was to run a shotgun team and just shoot and pray and try to hit the QTEs. Time your full burst, make sure you get into full burst when the QTEs appear. Back in those days, Pepper was a very solid choice, especially because she also heals herself. She has clip reload, so she reloads a little bit faster, and all in all, she became a very valuable character in those situations. Today, however, she has not scaled well. Think about it, Lita scaled really well because the damage that she provides comes from other people's attack. Pepper, on the other hand, does not. She's just not good enough. Next up, we have the Queen of PvP, Jackal. If this was a PvP list for Burst 1 characters, 100% Jackal will be up here in the SSS tier. Unfortunately, because solo raid content as well as general Nikke content is so DPS focused, Jackal just isn't usable in those content. Thank you for your service in PvP, Jackal. 07s in the chat. Next up, we have Tia. Tia is a fantastic Nikke, don't get me wrong. As far as 99% of Nikke players know, Tia Naga are the ultimate core damage piercing team. Well, ultimate until the 1.5 anniversary, that is. With the release of Crown, Tia got cucked. And she got cucked so bad. Tia also makes it a little bit more difficult. Oh, what does Tia... Let me check her skill kit real quick. She provides shield. She provides cover repair. What else? Attack damage up. Okay. Oops, wrong button. Tia provides a shield when she bursts. Tia provides a shield when she bursts. She provides cover repair. Tia does Tia provides, and on top of all that, Tia also provides attack damage up. Tia is a fantastic Nikke, being overshadowed by her elder sister Crown. Nope. Tia is a fantastic Nikke that is overshadowed by the presence of the ridiculous Crown. If Crown didn't exist, Tia would definitely be high in the solo raid rankings. However, because of Crown's existence, she's just a early game version of Crown, the easier to get version of Crown. But for all the players that do not have Tia, I definitely think she's a valuable solo raid member. Solo raid. Next up we have Tove. The original version of Tove was really confusing because her ability had a percentage chance of triggering, which was really rare and really low. Back in those days, it was if you have a base model Tove, you probably feel the ridiculousness of trying to fish for that 5% chance. Thankfully, her recent treasure item has made her much stronger. Not only is she consistently hitting those emergency bullet triggers, but she also provides buffs to the entire team of shotgunners. As far as burst 1 Nikkes go, you could say that she is one of the most meta relevant Nikkes, because without her the entire shotgun team that just doesn't work. They just don't work. Even using Siren in place of Tia, in place of Tove, it's just not good enough. And for that reason, I put Tove at the top of the solo raid ranking. Strongly recommended. I do look forward to the day that she gets power crept, you know, by some other shotgun support character. That would be a hilarious day. Next up, we have Axia. She's at your service. Axia is a great character in the electric team. She buffs her own attack power. She buffs the entire team's attack power. She reduces the attacks of the enemies and defense of the enemies so that you do more damage. And on burst, what does she do on burst? And on burst, after you upgrade to the treasure. And And on burst, she inflicts the enemy with damage taken up 18%, which is fantastic and ridiculous. Unfortunately, for all those good things, she just doesn't have cooldown rate. Unfortunately, for all those great stuff that she does, they just didn't choose to give her cooldown rate, which makes me so freaking sad. She could have been a top tier solo rate level character, but because of the lack of cooldown rate, she's just not good enough. If she had cooldown rate, she would be in the place where Rouge is right now, which is in the electric team fighting every single solo raid with Cinderella, Summer Anise, and Winter Maiden. Unfortunately, she was shafted. Oh, she's also a fantastic DPS Burst 1 Nikke. A very rare thing, a very valuable thing. Alright. In fact, maybe would I put her higher than Tia? Yes. Would I put her higher than Lita? Nah, Lita's not here. Lita's like closer here. Would I put this? Nah, she's closer to here. Definitely, if you're fighting an electric weak solo raid, she's within the running of potential Nikkes that you can put into your team. Fantastic. Next up, we have Freema. Now, Freema, as a burst 1 Nikke, single-handedly increases your true damage potential by 70%, which is utterly insane. However, we don't have enough true damage characters. However, unfortunately, at this point, we just don't have that standout true damage burst tree that has enough DPS to justify us using her. In addition to that, she just doesn't have cooldown rate either, so because of that, she slides down into the not good enough tier. It's unfortunate, but I really like her skill kit. It's just not good enough. Next up, we have Mary, the Angel of Death in a nurse's outfit, or in a doctor's outfit, I guess. She heals. God knows what else she does. Not good enough. Treasure Milk. Now, this is a character that also recently got a treasure update. And the treasure update makes her buff 3 members of your team by 22% attack up. Did I get it right? Is it 3 members? It was 3, right? Yes. 3 members. Treasure Milk gives 3 members of your team 22% attack up. She has 20. She went from a 40-second to a 20-second burst 1 cooldown, which is fantastic. We need that. And on top of all that, she also gives you 3-second cooldown rate buff. On top of that, she also has that infinite healing ability that Helm does in her base form. And on top of that, she also has that infinite healing ability that Helm gives. making her very valuable in very specific niche solo raid matches. I'm gonna put her here at the bottom of solo raid. Maybe she's slightly better than Tia. There's more of a use case for treasure milk than Tia. Debatable. If you guys disagree with anything I say, right, feel free to just type in the chat and scold me and whatnot, alright? That's part of the reason why I choose to stream this live. Okay. Ludmilla, base Ludmilla. She taunts. I think that's about it. I don't really... What the hell does she do other than taunting? Attack down, defense down. Taunts. Alright, base. I know Ludmilla immediately dies after taunting. Base Ludmilla. She taunts. She reduces the enemy's attack and defense by less than 10%. That's about it. That's all she does. This unit sucks. And in 2025, she's not even worth looking at. She's in sore need of a favorite item. Not good enough. Yan. Next up, we have Yan. As a fellow entrepreneur, I think Yan is very sexy, very hot, very cute. But the problem with Yan is, and not only that, her burst skill is very interesting. She creates some kind of typhoon thingy that sucks all the raptures on the stage towards one location, closer to one location. I love her ability. But she sucks, she's unusable, unfortunately. Especially against solo raiding, or fighting a boss, or being at super high deficit. Utterly unusable. She's another Nikke that really needs a favorite item. Where is Sakura? Sakura. No Sakura, yeah. Come and dance with me. There she is. Sakura! Very interesting character. She's a interesting character. She's a character that is designed to help you. She's a character that is designed to help you fight one specific boss, or rather, a specific type of bosses, which is, if I'm not wrong, the wind type bosses. I remember in the early days of Nikke, I used to use her for her humongous, monstrous 80% damage reduction from wind type characters. Let me just fact check. Wind code, yep, correct. Yeah, I remember in the early days of Nikke when I was still struggling to fight El Tyson, I would always bring Sakura to the fight, cast her ability to make sure that El Tyson couldn't kill me with my much higher with her 80% elemental damage reduction. I really liked her. She also comes with a small half cooldown rate, which is similar to Treasure Milk, close to 3 seconds. Unfortunately, because most of her abilities are defensive in nature, she just simply doesn't put out the numbers that you want from a B1 Nikke for solo raid or for hard mode content. So she's in the not good enough category. Pity, really. Cocoa is a very interesting character. She has an ability that helps her negate she has an ability that dispels debuffs cast on your characters. However, that simply isn't enough. You don't get debuffs often enough. Usually when debuffs are relevant, there's easy ways to get around it and not get hit by it, thus making her unusable. One day, however, they're gonna make a debuff so powerful and so unavoidable that Cocoa might become usable. Especially if they put it within the first 20 seconds of a fight. If you put it within the first 20 seconds of a fight, you either blast off in 20 seconds or you put in somebody to dispel the curse. And Cocoa will then become Cocoa will then become meta relevant. Yeah. Next up we have Soda, everybody's favorite dimwit mate. She's a fire type machine gun healer, and more so than that, she has one very specific ability that makes her very that gives her the opportunity and chance to become a meta relevant character. She has an ability that helps you stack fire type buffs. She has an ability that helps you stack fire type stackable buffs, right? In a long distant future where there is that one fire type DPS Nikke that really needs to stack stacks of her abilities to do big ass damage, Soda might become meta relevant. Unfortunately, today is not that day and she is still not good enough. Ray. In the first half year anniversary, Ray helped many a player cross the 160 wall because she was a free unit that could be MLB'd. However, she doesn't do shit, right? Let me check. Helps you fill burst gauge, recovers decoys HP. Nope. She sets up a decoy in front of herself to absorb damage incoming, and her burst ability helps her taunt. That on its own, however, is not good enough. Pity. As far as gameplay goes, she's just not good enough. That being said, her little penguin robot that shakes its butt beside her is SS tier. That being said, that little penguin robot that stands beside her and help her reload her guns, now that's SSS tier. Alright. Volume. Volume. Boom. Another taunting character, very defensive in nature, fantastic top tier in PvP content, but she doesn't do enough to help us with fighting bosses. She's great as a defensive character, but not for the content that we're talking about. Not good enough. Volume? Everybody's first crush and one of the hottest Nikkes on launch. Many a Nikke player has watched reaction videos to the Nikkepedia to check out their favorite streamers' reaction to Volume. Many a Nikke player has watched a Nikkepedia reaction video just to see what the streamer thinks of Volume. She provides cooldown rate, She provides crit chance up. She provides crit damage up. All in all, she's a very valuable member to the crit. All in all, she's a very valuable member to any moderately high crit chance team. For example, if your team has members that are like at the 75% crit chance range, you want to add volume to that team. I'll put her here in terms of meta relevancy in the solo raid. Winter Rupee. Let me check what she does. I think she defense up or defense down for the enemy, I don't remember. Defense up for all allies, defense up, burst gauge, field speed up, taunter, okay. Winter Rupee is a really interesting character. She is our first re-enter burst character, which allows you to use 4 burst characters within a single string going towards a full burst. Unfortunately, what she did is increase our defense, and in PvP, unfortunately what she does is increase our defense. So that's just not good enough. And in PvP, having re-enter is also not a good thing because it stalls you from getting to your burst tree, which is usually a nuke, to destroy all the enemy Nikkes all at once. So there simply isn't a home for Winter Rupee. I'll put her here. Not good enough. Rosanna! A PvP relevant Nikke that helps debuffing your enemies' buffs, cancelling. Rosanna, a PvP relevant B1 Nikke that helps dispel your opponent's buffs. She's great for tearing apart Jackal from her comrades, and she has a very interesting skill too, which allows her to get up to 200% attack up, 230% attack up I think. However, there isn't the support to make that a realistic thing to aim towards. So don't get me wrong, she's the centerpiece of my favorite meme team, but there's no real practical way to make her to enable her to get into that position. So unfortunately, she's just not good enough. PT though, she's one of my favorite Nikkes. PT though, she's one of my favorite Nikkes in terms of her skill kit. Summer Mary, healing up, elemental damage up. What else? Healing, elemental damage. Max HP. Summer Mary. Max HP up. Elemental damage up. Healing up. She could have been such a valuable member to the team. Unfortunately, she was released at a time where Shiftout was playing it coy and making sure that they don't release too many busted characters and they don't power creep the game too fast. They made the numbers very reserved, thinking that hopefully that would balance her and make sure that she's only usable in the solo raids. But I think because they went reserved, making her usable in specifically water solo raids. But because they went to reserve, she is simply not good enough, unfortunately. It's a real pity though that It's a real pity though that 40% elemental damage up in conjunction with her healing might have made her usable if she had just 3 seconds of cooldown rate. Unfortunately, that's not what happened. Not good enough. Summer Mika, Winter Mika. Mika, Snow Buddy. Now, as far as non-cooldown rate enabling characters goes, there's not many that is strong enough. There's not many that is strong enough to be a solo rate applicable burst one. Mika, right now, as of today, definitely is not one of them. However, in the future when there's one, when there's a DPS character that heavily requires you to bump up their stackable buffs, in which the number of stacks is very slow to grow, Mika is going to become meta relevant. Mark my words, today's not the day, but one day the day will come. Not good enough for now. Moran the Invincible. My gosh, I recently saw a video on Twitter in which a guy was using Moran to single-handedly, Moran at 1% HP, to fight off the enemy's Cinderella at 100% HP. And it was a doozy to witness. Holy shit! Moran's health just kept going like down and up and down and up. Oh my, it was so exciting. Unusable in solo raid and unusable in fighting raptures. And so, no, that's a weird sentence. She's such a beast! She's such a beast! Unable to use. Not good enough. No wait. She's such a beast! She's such a monster! Unfortunately not good enough in solo raid and boss fighting content. Damn. Barney Ellis! Man, I love this goober. She helps you stack up buffs for your water type Nikke. Originally that was supposed to be Tovey because Tovey's stackability was because Tovey's original design didn't let her stack up her stacks consistently. She heals like a beast. Nope. She also heals like a monster. She also heals like she's a monster that... No. She also makes healing look like it's absolutely free. And she helps you fill your burst gauge fast. All three of these things are great. Especially the first one, the water stacking thing. However, Treasure Tovey now exists, so we don't need her for... However, Treasure Tove now exists, so we don't really need Bunny Alice to do that. And there's not many water type Nikkes that have stacks that you want to keep up, thus taking away her whole purpose and point. One day, Bunny Alice, one day you're gonna be usable, but today is not that day. Oh, next one we have a good one. This is Rouge. So, Rouge, same thing as D Killer Wife. She gives you a huge amount of stack. So next we have Rouge. Same thing as D Killer Wife. She helps you access cooldown rate. She helps you access reduced cooldown rate by firing a certain. She helps you access reduced cooldown rate by firing a certain number of full charge shots. She gives max HP up to your entire team, which is an indirect way of healing the team, as well as giving attack damage up to the 2 members that you put beside her. A lot of people slept on Rouge when she first came out, but as of today, after the release of Cinderella, Rouge has become literally one of the highest tier solo. No. Because of the way she plays and the way she synergizes with Cinderella's max health related attack buff, Rouge single-handedly has become the most powerful Burst 1 character that we've seen so far. She's a fantastic Nikke. Go get yourself one copy of her. What's up, King of Anime? Not only that, Cinderella's electric team appears in almost every single solo raid. Not only that, because of how powerful Cinderella is, Rouge in conjunction with Cinderella appears in almost every single solo raid that is being run, even when there's no electric teams, even when there's no advantage to being an electric type DPS character. So that makes her very valuable. Almost SSS tier, Rouge I think is the top of the solo raid gang. Next one is Rumani. Rumani is a PvP. Rumani is a top tier PvP beast. She helps you increase your burst gauge so freaking fast, it's insane. Doesn't help you do any DPS though. Not good enough. Rapunzel. Rapunzel, normal Rapunzel. Rapunzel. This is one of the Rapunzel. When the game first launched, she was the go-to healer. Her healing abilities, fantastic. Not only that, her natural rocket launcher shots help you build burst gauge very quickly, making her a valuable member of your Nikke team. But that was in the early days. Nowadays, unfortunately, without some kind of like attack up or attack damage up to the entire team, it's just not good enough. Also, her Chinese nickname is Naima, which means either Mummy Milk or TT Mum. Fun facts. Dorothy. Our first half anniversary pilgrim. She is a beast of a burst 1 Nikke. She does big ass damage. She does she helps you take out she helps you take out she helps you take out straggling normal raptors that are crawling on the floor. She helps you increase your cooldown rate. Nope. She helps you reduce your cooldown rate. She's one hell of a character. In the early game of Nikke, she was often paired with Privity to create that In the early days of Nikke, she was often paired with Privity in the early days of Nikke, she was often paired with Privity because Privity's attack up and reload speed up was just so valuable. But as Privity's attack up, and she also benefits of distributed damage buffers, and she does distributed damage herself. But as Privity's buffs, i.e. her attack up as well as her reload speed up, sort of fell off over the years, it became too much of an ask to use Privity in conjunction with Dorothy. So where she used to be an SS tier burst 1 Nikke, she fell off harder than little, and she's now somewhere around here, I would say. She's very meta relevant when it comes to water weak solo raids. She's very meta relevant when it comes to water weak solo raids. But outside of water weak solo raids, it's quite hard to see Dorothy being used. Good stuff though, she's good stuff. Next up we have Red Hood. Now we're only going to take into account Red Hood as a burst 1 character here. Red Hood at burst 1 gives you I'm trying to check what she does. 77% for all allies. Okay. Red Hood as a burst 1 Nikke. Keep in mind that Red Hood has the ability to be burst 1, burst 2 and burst 3 Nikkes. But right now we're talking specifically of Red Hood as a burst 1 Nikke. Red Hood as a burst 1 Nikke gives your entire team 77% of her own attack for 10 seconds. It's freaking nuts. Freaking nuts. The downside is, as burst 1 Nikke, her cooldown rate is 40 seconds. Oh no. Her personal burst cooldown is 40 seconds. She could have been so great up there in the SSS tiers. You match her with some other like cooldown rate burst 1 character. Boom! She fires off in the distance. Unfortunately, that's not the case. She's a 40-second cooldown burst 1 character. And because of that, I'm putting her here. Most of the time, if you're using her in a team, it's not because you want that 77-second burst. It's not because you want that 77% caster's attack buff to the entire team. It's more likely that that is valuable, but her burst tree is very relevant to the solo raid that you're fighting, or the boss that you're fighting. She is one hell. If she was a 20-second cooldown rate when she bursts once, my gosh, she would be one hell of a Nikke. Next up, Rapana's. Next up, what's the name of this character? Rapunzel. Pure Grace. Okay. Next up we have Rapunzel Pure Grace. I hate her. I hate this Nikke so freaking much. She was the Rapunzel Pure Grace was the 2nd year anniversary. Rapunzel Pure Grace was the 2nd anniversary's free to play SSR unit that they gave away for free. Essentially, what they want you to do with her is to hold your charge shot button to create a shield to protect the team. No, wait, that's not right. It's to increase attack damage outright. Let me double check the skill. Okay. Essentially, what Shift Up wanted you to do with her is to hold your left click button to charge her shield up, and that would give the entire team an attack damage and that will give your entire team an attack damage up of 10%. During this period of time, you're just holding a button and you're staring at your screen like waiting for your other 4 Nikkes to build the burst gauge up fast enough. She sucks. Playing Rapunzel Pure Grace makes you not play the game Nikke Goddess of Victory. Literally the worst designed Nikke in the game. No, literally the worst designed skill kit in the game. Fuck this unit. Whoever designed her in Shift Up, deserves to be fired. I'm gonna add 1 row below in black because oh shit, oh no, Rapunzel Pure Grace belongs in the fuck this shit tier. My gosh. Who thought that was a good idea? Who the hell thought that was a good idea? My god. Worst Nikke in the game, worst design skill kit in the game. It doesn't deserve to exist. Even Mori was better designed than her. And I don't have many good things to say about Mori. I hate this Nikke. Oh my god. She sucks. She pisses me off every time I see her. Our last burst one is Siren. Little Mermaid. This crazy lady does it all. When you're controlling her outside of full burst, you get the effects of full burst in which you can focus fire all the shots on one target. She increases your attack. She increases your attack damage. She increases the enemy's damage taken. She does sequential damage non-stop if you're running a machine gun team. She is... Oh, and after all of that, she has a solid 8-second cooldown rate, 7.5 second cooldown rate. Let me check. 7.5 seconds. Okay. She reloads max ammo for your team. She builds your burst gauge faster every X hundred number of shots made. She and after all of that, oh, she's also a 20-second burst 1 Nikke. And after all of that, she's also a 7.5 second cooldown rate reduction Nikke. Freaking insane, absolutely wild. S tier. My god, what a beast of a skill kit. And the funny thing is that when she was first released, people saw her numbers and they were like, this Nikke is not very good. She kind of, is it me or is she mid? Bro, 99% of Nikke players don't. Bro, 99% of Nikke players don't know how to count the damage output of their characters. Alright, so bro, 99% of Nikke players don't know how to analyze a skill kit when it's right in front of them. Eeh. Absolutely top tier burst 1 Nikke. Ah, we actually have one final one, and that's Rapi Red Hood. Rapi Red Hood is a burst 3 Nikke most of the time, except for when you don't have a burst 1 Nikke on the team. So she is, as a burst 1 Nikke, she has good personal DPS. As a burst 1 Nikke, she has good personal DPS as a burst 1 Nikke. As a burst 1 Nikke, she has attack up for the entire team, attack damage up for the entire team. She has good personal DPS, much in the vein of I would say much in the vein of like Miranda fully built, or slightly, I wonder who does more damage, Dorothy or Rapi Red Hood as a burst 1. We're gonna have to find. We have to go and figure it out. Let's go back. She has moderately good personal DPS as a burst 1, and to top all of that off, she also has a freaking 7.5 cents reduced cooldown rate ability. She also has fantastic AoE when it comes to her exploding projectiles, and has elemental damage dealt advantage on two different classes, two different types of element raptures, making her the second SSS burst 1 Nikke. Making her the second SSS tier burst 1 Nikke. So there you have it. This is my list for the tier ratings for So there you have it. This is my list for the tier ratings for burst 1 Nikkes. What do you think about it? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let me know in the comment section below. I think as long as you're not focusing on solo raid content, the main characters, you know what, let me reorder this a little bit. No, I'll put this like this. I'll put it like this. Yeah. Alright, so there you have it. That is my tier 1. Alright guys, so there you have it. That is my tier ranking for burst 1 Nikkes. What do you think about it? Let me know in the comment section below. Now, if you're not working on solo raid content just yet, all you have to look out for are Siren and now if you're not working on solo raid content, now if you're a new player and early in the game and you're not looking for solo raid content related Nikkes just yet, the main Nikkes you want to focus on are Siren, because she pops into any team and does a good job. Rappi Red Hood, same story, pops into any team, does a great job. And oddly, these three burst 1 characters are probably not who you're gonna be aiming for. Instead, aim for Little, because as I said before, she's easy to MLB, she fits into any team at all, and she provides cooldown rate for the team. She also provides cover recovery to help you stabilize in situations where damage is incoming. But when it comes to solo raid content specifically, then you're gonna want the burst 1. You're gonna want to make sure you have a Miranda. You're gonna want to make sure you have a treasure Miranda for that sustained damage team. You're gonna want to have Tove for the shotgun team, and you're gonna want to have Rouge for the electric team, the Cinderella team. Alright, that's all for today's stream. Nope, sorry guys. Alright, so that's all for today's video. Please take care of yourselves. Alright, so that's all for today's video. Let me know in the comment section below. Did you agree with it? Did you disagree with it? Was there somebody that is drastically not supposed to be in this tier list according to you? Let me know. Until next time, Degen Lord signing off. Bye bye. Okay, so that's our burst 1 tier list. What happened to yesterday's tier 1 burst 1 tier list? I was so sleepy and I was slurring my words and I was tired and I ultimately couldn't stand the list. It made me... the points that I was making was not good enough at the point of time. Yeah. And get angry comments. Yeah. Oh, Doryu is here. Wait, what? Hi Doryu. Siren Shilling make a new tier called Siren tier. I mean, there's only 2 characters in the SSS tier, right? And it's exactly who you thought they would be. Siren and Rappi Red Hood. These two burst 1s are overtuned in my opinion, but at the same time it's also exciting to have overtuned characters, so nice. Alright, let's take a short break. No one uses Rappi Red Hood as a burst 1. This upcoming solo raid, I think people are going to use Rappi Red Hood as a burst 1. The only reason she's not used as a burst 1 is because as a burst 3 she's so fucking valuable. Her DPS even off element is fucking amazing. It's not fair, but as a burst 1 she's really good too. Alright, we're gonna do burst 2s in a moment, but let me take a short break. And let's yap. We can yap. I'm wondering, is there anyone in this tier list that you don't agree the position with? I feel like... let me just say this. In the solo raid section, I did position them left to right in terms of power in my mind. But same for SSS tier. But for the not good enough tier, I just put them regardless of where they are. They're just all not good. Not good enough to be played. I'm gonna eat a second snack now, gang. What's this snack? Tuna spread. Let's go. This shit. Oh man, this is fantastic shit. The 40-second B1 should be marked. The only 40-second B1 above not good enough is Red Hood. That's all. It means you need 2, right? Yes, it would mean that you would need 2. And therefore, none of the 42nd B1s are above the not good enough section. I feel like they should make more 42nd B1 Nikkes. I think 42nd B1 Nikkes are very valuable. If you can make them strong enough, like just make a 2% Nikke that is as strong as Siren, but it's a 42nd B1. Majority of the player base will be like, man, this character sucks. And then all the pro players will be like, what the fuck are you talking about? She's great. Nikke is one of the games with the most complicated skills. I think it's pretty oh my god! Andre, a second pile of poop with her face? I'm not going away forever, you know. You don't have to gift like your entire life savings in this one trip. Rating tuna mayonnaise spread. The good stuff. This is the good stuff. Sad? Don't be sad. Things are gonna be okay. Welcome to the Yappy Yap stream. Oh, there's a second 40-second code now, right? What am I gonna goon to now? Have you been gooning watching me the entire time? Jesus. You posted tuna gulai on Discord? Okay, I'll check it out right now. Village Square IRL. Ooh! Ikan tuna bumbu gulai. What does gulai mean? Is it just the dish name? Even Rin is on hiatus? Bro, Rin is so overwhelmed with work. I saw her Twitter. Gulai is curry? Hell yeah. Oh, I saw tuna curry just now in the shop. I didn't want to bring home like 10 cans of tuna. So because I was riding on a bicycle. Yeah, Rin, based on the Twitter, it sounds like Rin is very overworked and tired. Okay, we need to... Do I need to talk about the SR Nikkes? And the R Nikkes? Because I just realized that they are available in the list. Fuck, man. I'm just like Doban classes. Nah, Doban is low IQ. Hi, I'm back. I realized I didn't rank the SR Nikkes and the R Nikkes, so here it is real quick. Where's Neon? Oh, there she is. Good. Neon! Not good enough. Anchor! Not good enough. And 102. And 102. Increases attack. She was used as a lethal replacement in the early game. Not good enough. Ether. She bursts so that you can put up a shield. Not good enough. Mika. Most forgettable character in the game. Not good enough. Pascal. A pretty good healer, but you know, being good at healing is not good enough in Nikke Gods of Victory. Not good enough. Ram. Very interesting design, very unique design, in which she has a cooldown rate reduction if Amelia and Rem are in your team. Unfortunately, there's no payoff to making that happen, so not good enough. Fucking wasted. She could have been so cool. Misato. Healer, decent healer, not good enough. Sakura. She heals. Not good enough. Claire. She heals as well. Not good enough. I think looking at the collab characters, Pascal, Ram, Misato, Sakura and Claire, it is very clear to see that Shift Up doesn't know what to do with. I think it's clear to see that Shift Up doesn't know what to do with their free to play characters. What I wish they did is that they made the free to play collab characters, i.e. these 5 characters over here, at least at a power level of make them at the power level of Zwei, which is usable but not an optimal choice at all. Not only that, I wish they also tried to give them kits that were a little bit more unique and meaningful, rather than healing on last shot. Let me see what Ram does. Sorry. Whoa, what the fuck? Sakura has damage taken up 18%, 17% after 120 shots for 5 seconds. Yo, that's... She... I don't know why I'm doing that. Rather than creating characters that are just healing on the last shot, make a shield, healing on 100 and something shots. To be fair, Sakura's quite a cool SR Nikke. Maybe even usable? No, not good enough. And Claire. healing and shielding. Actually no, there has to be a more interesting way to phrase it. Let me try. Rather than having them be healing on last shot, shield when burst, healing after a certain number of shots, healing when burst, healing and shielding. They have to find a way to make it more interesting than that, in my opinion. Find a way to make the free collab characters just a little bit more interesting, you know, like for example, when somebody in your team applies sustained damage, heal everyone else by this much health, and when everybody heals a certain amount of health, deal some damage to some enemy. You know, make it interesting, and you have to jump through hoops to trigger the abilities. It's such a waste that they make boring kits for the collab characters. Anyways, there's a lengthy sidetrack. Soldier OW. Soldier OW, not good enough. Product 08, not good enough. Idol Flower, not good enough. And finally, Idol Ocean, not good enough. Here you go. Alright, here you go. This is the updated Burst 1 tier list. Alright, cut. They'll make them useful in surface content. Bro, surface content? The survey for surface content came out and I was just so angry. I was just like one of those negative dudes that's like, not good enough, strongly disagree, not good enough, strongly disagree. Okay. Delete row. Clear row images. Delete row. Does that mean that oh, it doesn't repopulate it? Nice. Red Hood, we take her out. Rapi Red Hood, we take her out as well. Clear row images, close. Clear row images, close. Clear row images, close. Alright, we can do burst 2 soon. Oh wait, they repopulated at the bottom. What the hell? Alright, that's annoying. I tried to be objective but it's so hard. Can you remove some from the list beforehand? I don't know how to actually. It's lagging the page. Reset? Presentation mode? What's presentation mode? Oh! What the? Oh, okay. Put it back. I don't know how to remove them, unfortunately. Pin images? Unpin images? What? No talking now, what do you mean you tried to be objective? Oh, you didn't select 1 star? Oh, the survey. Okay. I get it. Surface content feels old. Damn. The ultimate insult is, "You're old, motherfucker." I don't know. I don't know what I meant by that. But yeah, yeah. I think they were too ambitious with it by trying to create a world map. I feel like if they approached it doing sector by sector, it might have been better. I also feel like they need a storyline. Without a storyline, they were fucked from the beginning. Your daily quest is bug? Oh no. This is where you write the feedback form. Fuck this shit, doesn't even work. Buggy mess. Is this too much? Do you feel like the current version that I'm showing on the right side is worse than what it was before? Better? So I've been drinking this drink so far, but that's a weird cover, right? Check this out. You can, after you're drinking it, you open it and then you drink from this mouth, then you close it back up, then you seal it close. Isn't that cool? And then, if there's enough gas in the drink, wow! $2.50 at Giant, I think, for one drink. It's also a zero, that's right, I said that, 0 calorie drink. There's sodium in there, but you know, Joe calories, too bad NTUC took over Giant in my place. Damn. Do you think cats can eat mayonnaise tuna? Surely not, right? I'm sure you'll kill them. Who knows what cats can eat? True. Can cats eat mayonnaise? No, cats should not eat mayonnaise, as it provides no nutritional benefits. High in fat and calories. Cats can't digest fats? Oh, can't digest it well. Then it will lao sai. Okay, got it. May contain onion and garlic, which will kill the cat. Oh, you guys can't see what I'm looking at. What's up, DD? How are you doing? Do not induce vomiting. Do not try to make your cat vomit. Work. Damn, work do be working hard. I just can't be bothered to do survey content. I feel the same way. I want the rocks, but goddamn, service content sucks. Villagers Hope, did you do a survey? Were you honest? Why you laugh at me? Don't laugh at me. I think the problem with surface content is it feels like work. The rewards are good enough so that you feel like I have to do it. Then as you're doing it, you're just like, oh my god. You know? Villagers Hope, don't laugh at me lah, huh? Alright, let's do this. Hit the record button. Everybody say hello YouTube. Hi Honoré. Burst 2 tier list. This is Burst 2 tier list. This is where the real damage buffing happens. So, where the position of a Burst 1 Nikke is to have cooldown rate as well as some minor buffs, Burst 2 Nikkes, their main job in a team is to increase the damage output of the Burst 3 Nikkes. So today we're going to be ranking all the Burst 2 Nikkes in Goddess of Victory Nikke, and we're going to put them according to this tier ranking. SSS for the best of the best, cream of the crop, by far the top tier choices. Solo rate, and these will be ranked from left to right in terms of power levels. And finally, not good enough. What's not good enough? Everything below solo rate is not good enough. So the reason why we have a solo rate tier is because solo rate tier characters, Nayuta, Crown, oh my god, bro making guesses already. Why do we have, okay, so why do we have a solo rate tier? This is because in a solo rate you need 25 Nikkes, of which about 1/4 is burst 1s, 1/4 burst 2, and then the other half is burst 3s. And because of that, according to different situations, you want to use different characters in the solo rate tier. Man. And because of that, in different kinds of solo rates, there are a variety of characters that are good enough to be used in solo rate. Obviously, you're not going to use every single solo rate tier burst 2 in every single solo rate, but you're gonna choose probably someone from that group of people. Alright, without further ado, let's get down to the tier listing. First one, Signal. What does she do? She heals your friend. Let me double check. Who the hell even uses Signal? She helps your entire team have leech life ability. She gives your entire team a leech life ability as well as increase your defense. Utterly useless as a burst 2 Nikke. She's just simply not good enough. Next up, Polly. In the early game, even though she's a 40-second burst 2 Nikke, she had a big enough attack buff to the entire team that made her considerable to be used. However, as time went on, Polly simply is not good enough. She doesn't offer enough buffs to your team. She might be quite good in PvP. I'm not very up to date with the PvP tier list, but I'm not quite up to date with the PvP tier list. But as far as solo raid or bossing or just normal chapter content goes, Polly is not good enough. Diesel, a very interesting character. When you get her to treasured item status, she has an ability in which whenever she takes damage, she gains life, thus making her like borderline indestructible. Unfortunately, she also has an ability that allows her to get like plus 500% max ammo, making her like plus 800 ammo? I don't know. In addition to that, she also has an ability that gives her an insane number of max ammo, like 1000 plus. Literally, without much building, she gets up there in... Literally, without much building, Diesel is the highest max ammo character. Unfortunately, she doesn't do much for you in terms of DPS or damage output. So she is going into the not good enough section. However, in the future, there's probably going to be some kind of Nikke that says like, does damage equal to the biggest maximum ammo on your team or something like that. And when that day comes, Diesel is going to be extra relevant, especially with her 1 bajillion max especially with her 1 bajillion max especially with her 1 bajillion percentage max ammo buff. Sooner or later fam, she's gonna be useful. Next up, we have Unhwa. She helps reduce the enemy's defense, and not much more than that. Even in the early days of Nikke Goddess of Victory, I don't think she saw any use, and at the 3-year mark, most definitely not. She's due for some kind of like upgrade, but Unhwa is due for some kind of upgrade. As far as I'm concerned, if it wasn't for the fact of Unhwa 2 Electric Boogaloo, I would say Unhwa really needs a treasure item. But because of the existence of Unhwa 2 Electric Boogaloo, yeah, more. In fact, what's the full skill kit of Unhwa? Charge damage up, affect self, charge damage up, charge speed up for 2 rounds. Enemy defense down 29%. And then she does some damage across the board. And crit rate up for full team 5%. My god, she sucks. Unusable. If it wasn't for the fact that Unhwa 2 Electric Boogaloo exists, I would say Unhwa definitely needs a treasure item. But thankfully, Unhwa 2 Electric Boogaloo does exist, and we'll get to her in a moment. Next up, we have Mast. She increases your max HP across the board. She helps everybody's crit rate go up and crit damage go up as well, I believe. Or is it only crit rate? Ah, fuck, I can't remember some of these off the top of my head. Crit rate, crit damage. Yep, crit rate and crit damage. Must helps you increase your crit rate and crit damage across the board. And yeah, Must helps you increase the crit rate and crit damage of your team across the board. Unfortunately, at the time that she did come out, there wasn't enough self crit rate increasing characters to take advantage of her use. And as of now, when the crit rate characters exist to use Must with, she's just not giving enough crit damage up, unfortunately. Must goes into the not good enough category. Pity though. Her skill kit is pretty interesting. Next up, we have Summer Helm. Next up, we have Summer Helm. Summer Helm is a very interesting character. She's a limited time Nikke, making her unavailable like for 51, making her unavailable for 50 weeks out of the entire year. She's a cooldown rate burst 2 character that self buffs and does a little bit more extra damage every 60 shots, I would say. And in addition to all that, she also has one very specific ability that allows you to give 25% damage taken debuff on the enemy boss, but only if they belong in the iron type. Without the 25% damage taken debuff on the enemy, without the 25% without the 25% damage taken debuff on the boss, Summer Helm is simply not good enough. However, in the 1 out of 5 chance that your enemy boss is weak against iron type, she instantly becomes pretty top tier solo raid content. She instantly becomes pretty top tier solo raid she instantly becomes a pretty top tier solo raid character. Summer Helm is a solo raid character. Summer Helm is a solo raid tier character. Next up, we have Thais McGee, the most top tier Thais in the game Goddess of Victory Nikke, and that is Marciana. Skill 1, she heals. Skill 2, she heals. Burst skill, she overheals. And if you've been paying attention all this time, healing is simply not good enough when it comes to boss fighting, solo raid, rapture fighting content. PT. By the way, if you haven't seen her skin, go check it out. It's in the game. Ooh, Marciana is so hot. Okay. Next up, we have Maid Mast. Maid Mast is one beast of a character. She is used most of the time in conjunction with Maid Anchor, and when the two of them are put together, attack up, attack damage up, reload speed up, crit rate up, crit damage up. My god, these guys, healing the fuck up. These guys are the ultimate team together. However, mid Mast and mid Anchor, despite being 40-second cooldown rate Nikkes, one of them is actually significantly better than the other, and that is mid Mast. The reason why mid Mast is significantly better than mid Anchor is because when she has 3 stacks of drunkenness on her and she bursts, she just, the amount of buff she gives to the entire team is simply insane. How much was it? Let me check. When she has 3 stacks of drunkenness and goes into full burst, when she has 3 stacks of drunkenness and she goes into burst, she provides the team with crit damage up 40%, attack damage up 15%, attack up 60%. She's an absolute beast. And as such, because of how good her burst is, many people pair her with characters like Crown, or many people pair her with other really powerful burst 2 characters to create, to fully take advantage of how powerful her burst is, to fully take advantage of how powerful mid Mast's burst is when she's at 3 levels of drunkenness. Our first SSS tier burst 2. Anchor, on the other hand, has the ability when separated from mid Mast. Mid Anchor alone has the has a huge healing ability across the entire team. Not only that, when she overheals your teammates, just like Marciana, she gives them excess HP in the form of a green bar. She's a fantastic Nikke with or without mid Mast, but mid Mast is better. Oh yes, and when the two of them are, oh yes, I almost forgot to mention, and both of them have distributed damage buff. I swear to god, these two mates put together is a monster combo. Okay. I think backview is important to evaluating tiers. Bro, if that's the case, we should take into account cover pose as well. And if that's the case, Marciana is top tier, SSS tier, unbeatable. You see how tight her pants are? My god. What circulation. Next up, we have everybody's wife, Arkana. Now, Arkana has been slept on for the longest time. Her skill kit only works with one other Nikke, which is Isabelle. Let me check her out real quick. Isabelle, where are you? There she is. Which is Isabelle, a burst 3 Nikke. In the situation that you don't have a copy of Isabelle, Arkana is literally the most useless character in the game. She does literally nothing. However, when you do have Isabelle, Arkana rises from the ashes of the previous account that you deleted and becomes a solo raid level character. Specifically when the enemy is electric weak, Arkana is irreplaceable. 180% attack up, What were the numbers? I forgot. She gives 180% attack damage up. Oh, she's not literally useless. She gives 5% attack up to everybody. Oh, I just read the skill kit. When you don't have Isabel, she's not literally useless. She does give 5% attack up to all allies at the end of full burst. 5%. But when you have Isabel, But when you do have Isabel, she gives 180% attack damage up for 15 seconds to Isabel. She gives 180% attack up to Isabel, and she gives the entire team, whenever she bursts, a 10% attack damage up for 10 seconds. In solo raids where the enemy is electric weak, Arcana is top tier SSS. Unfortunately, that's only 1/5 of the time, so for most of the time she is. Unfortunately, that's only 1/5 of the time. How do I rate it? If 1/5 of the time she's the number one choice. Nah, that's not how it works. Okay. Unfortunately, that's only 1/5 of the time, so I'm gonna put her in the solo raid tier. Next up, we have Unhwa 2 Electric Boogaloo. She's such a beast. Attack up for everybody, attack damage up for everybody, crit rate up for everybody, charge damage up for everybody. Unhwa 2 Electric Boogaloo. Oh wait, and when she bursts, damage taken up 30 odd %. 30 plus minus %. Holy, what a beast. As before, the only downside for Unhwa 2 Electric Boogaloo as well as Emma 2 Electric Boogaloo is that the two of them must work together and they don't have cooldown rate, which makes them a little bit hard to pair and make work. Oh yes, true damage up, big true damage up buff as well. My god. If they had cooldown rate between the two of them, my gosh, they would be so good. But as of the way they are right now, Emma 2 is solo raid tier. Very nice stuff. Next we have Delta Ninja Thief. There we go. Next up we have Delta Ninja Thief. She gives you 20% damage taken debuff on the enemy. Unhwa? What about Unhwa? Oh, you disagree with the positioning? Well, next up we have Delta Ninja Thief. When she bursts, when you're in full burst, she applies damage taken debuff to the enemy. When she bursts, the enemy's damage taken debuff increases even more. She heals, she shields, depending on the situation. It all sounds really good, but unfortunately, there are so many very useful burst 2 characters that you can use, and she is never the top pick and never the optimal choice. So despite how good her kit looks, Delta is actually not good enough. She's not bad by any means. In fact, if the not good enough list had a tier ranking, she'd probably be like right at the top. However, we are not sorting out the not good enough characters. Okay, next up we have Uni. This is the first MLB character that I ever achieved. Uni is the first MLB character that I ever got, so she holds a special place in my heart. Not only that, yo chat. Uni, Libralio and SBS can work in the same team. The only thing Uni has going for her is her ability to... Oh my god. The only thing that Uni has going for her is... who is this? Hey Sanguchi, thanks for 200 yen. Bro tier list with no PvP for shame. No, it's no. I cannot do PvP because I don't know the meta good enough, well enough. Yeah. Should have group Nikkes by their buff synergy. I mean, even if they're buff synergy, if the team is not strong enough, then it's not worth doing. Skipping work today? Oh my god, Sanguchi is so naughty. Damn. Uni is my first... Okay. Next up we have Uni. Uni is my first MLB character, so she holds a very special place in my heart. Not only that, she has the charge speed buff across the entire team, which is very sought after of a buff. Unfortunately, the rest of her kit just simply isn't good enough. Huge PT. Uni goes into not good enough. Next up we have... Nope, that's Maxwell. Next up we have Santi, everybody's favorite girl crush from the early parts of the game. In terms of PvP, she is a top tier battery, allowing you to burst faster than your enemies. She also gives a shield across the entire team. In normal content, she also gives a shield across the team, increasing your durability. However, she simply doesn't give enough of a damage increase to make her usable in boss content. Or solo raid content, or even fighting normal Nikkes. So she goes into the not good enough category. Big pity. Maybe a favorite item is coming her way soon. We can only cross our fingers. Next up we have Admi, the original member. Admi is one of the original members in the Infinite Ammo Alice team. In the very early part of the games, when Alice is a top tier DPS character, Alice, Admi and Privati were inseparable. They'll be all on the same team, and then once you go into full burst, my gosh, infinite Alice shots. Bam, 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 bam. Unfortunately, nowadays, that's not enough to make a burst 2 unit stand out. But many good memories were made with Admi. Not good enough. Next up, we have Guilty. She has the ability to duplicate your highest attack Nikke's attack and add it to her own attack. And in the early game, as a burst 2, she was quite a respectable DPS character. Today, however, she's simply not good enough. Sin. What the hell does Sin even do? She copies people's duplicates people's max HP, right? Let me check. Max HP and then taunt, burst gauge, leech, increased defense. Affects enemy with damage taken up, but only when there's 4 or more. Sin! Sin! She heals you, she heals herself, she increases everybody's max HP. No, she increases her own max HP. She gives the enemies damage taken up. She gives the enemies a damage taken debuff, but only when there's 4 or more enemies. At the end of the day, when the entire team when her entire skill kit comes together, she's simply not good enough, unfortunately. The same can be said about Quincy. Now this is the base model Quincy, not Quincy Escape Queen. Base model Quincy increases her own max HP and gives out a little bit of attack buff within your team. Unfortunately, that amount is 11% to 2 members. Simply not good enough. Okay, next up is And Miracle Fairy. And Miracle Fairy comes with the very unique ability to revive one of your attacker Nikkes that have been downed and killed. She's also the biggest attack buff in the burst 2 slot, as far as I remember. Yeah, attack buff. She's also the biggest attack buff in the burst 2 slot. In PvP, she's a very high tier character. Unfortunately, her cooldown rate is 60 seconds, making her not good enough for bossing content. Moving along. Naga. What's Naga known for? Second biggest attack buff? Who's the biggest attack buff now? Who's the biggest attack buff now? B1 Red Hood. Oh, okay, we're talking about B2. So, oof. No, I meant what's the character known for? I don't know anything about Naga. I know Tia likes desserts. I know Tia likes chameleons. But what do I know about Naga? Is she the flirty one? I don't remember. School uniform. Accessories. Naga! A fantastic Nikke. Whenever she has a cover, everybody's core damage increases like crazy. Absolutely insane buff on core damage. I think it was 97% or something like that. Let me double check. Fact check. Core damage up 40%. Oops. Nope, not even close to 90%. 40%. She gives the entire team a core damage buff of 40%, which is absolutely insane, especially in the early game. Nowadays, at the top tier S tier Nikkes, we have bigger numbers, but keep in mind that she came out in 2023, I think. Was it 2024? 2023? Back then, her her burst attack buffs as well as her core damage buffs under shield was absolutely insane. She's an insane Nikke. And today, she's very valuable to players trying to break the 160 wall because she's selectable in the bonus recruitment section of the ordinary recruitment banner. So in addition to that, she also heals the entire lowest max HP percentage wise character on your team, which enables characters like Crown's ability to increase your entire team's attack damage up. Naga is a fantastic Nikke that unfortunately 2023. Thank you, sir. Thanks to that fact, Naga is a fantastic Nikke that unfortunately, due to 2 years worth of power creeping, has went from SSS tier and slid down all the way to solo raid tier. Next up, we have Elec. Elec, the queen of memes and doom. So, the reason why Elec, we all know why, sorry, did I say doom? I meant boom. The reason why I say Elec is the queen of boom, we all know it. We've seen the story, we've seen the memes. However, the reason why I call her the queen of memes is not because of the memes that she generates, but because of all the team compositions that the core damage buff is 85%. Why did I misread it as 40% then? Let me just double check, alright? The damage when attacking core up 85%. You're not familiar with this character, Elec? Alright, correction. Let me put this in. Skill 1 up 85%, skill 2 up 40%. And on top of all that, and then on top of all those abilities, Naga has the ability to give you 120% core damage buff. Absolute insanity. Okay, I'll cut that and put it into the earlier part of the thing. What's up, Stray Cat? Hello, hello, hello. Yes, we're doing a tier list for Nikke Goddess of Victory. Elec, queen of memes and boom. The reason why I say she's the queen of boom, we know it, we've seen it in the story. But the reason why I call her the queen of memes is because she has one single line of ability that says that you get maximum burst gauge at the start of the battle if the target appears. And the target is always the boss. If you're fighting a boss, it's always the boss. So when Elec first came out, a lot of people took advantage of that ability to create these like 5 seconds destroy. A lot of people took advantage of that to create videos titled like destroying El Tyson in 10 seconds, destroying Gravedigger in 10 seconds, etc, etc. She's very fun. She's very I wouldn't say usable. She's very fun of a character, but unfortunately the rest of her skill kit doesn't catch up. There is a world in which that ability to have to start the fight with max there is a world where starting a fight with maximum burst gauge is very valuable, and that world is one where you want to have 15 full bursts across the entire 3-minute fight in a solo raid. However, using Elec is just not good enough, putting her in the not good enough section. No, let me be more specific. However, just by using Elec to get that one extra rotation of full burst, you give up way too much potential buffs to the entire team, causing her to be not good enough. Flora, a true damage buffer, a healer, a shield setter, a true damage buffer again. And most importantly, she has the illustrious ability to increase buff stacks from Electric Nikke. Stackable buffs and most importantly, she has the illustrious ability to increase the number of stacks of buffs, of stackable buffs caused by Electric Nikke. I wish I could put her here in solo raid because she's part of my favorite meme team that I've ever designed. But the rest of her kit just doesn't keep up. And she's not good enough. Trina! Just like how Arcana is the supercharger to Isabel, Trina is the supercharger to two main characters, Scarlet and Moran. Moran more for PvP, but Scarlet is a very usable character. In conjunction with Scarlet, Trina gives a buff of Trina gives consistent healing, early game invulnerability to Scarlet, a massive attack damage buff of 95%, as well as reload speed of 50%. And supercharges Scarlet's burst ability. When it comes to electric weak solo raids, using Trina in conjunction with Scarlet is 100% a legit strategy. Trina is solo raid level. Yay! I'm looking for Mori. Mori! The 2.5 year anniversary freebie Nikke. She's a very likable character in terms of story wise, and her skill kit, to be honest, very interesting. She gives sustained damage and she gives sustained damage buffs. She also shields the entire team. Unfortunately, Shift Up decided to make her as weak as the character in the story. They gave her a sustained damage of like 5% or 15% or something like that, making the damage output that she has practically negligible. It's super unfortunate, but Mori is not good enough. Oh, this next one. Blanc. The first bunny girl we ever got in the game. She was released early in 2023. She was released early in 2023 for their Valentine's Day event. And in that period of time when Blanc was released, she was literally the toppest of the top tier Burst 2 characters. She made your characters indomitable. She gave healing to every single character on your team. She made the enemy damage taken down. She gave the enemy damage taken debuff of like 40-ish%. She was a fantastic Nikke of her day. Once again, the story told is the same. The father time can never be beat, and power creep crept in. Now she is right on the end of solo raid. Right now, to me, she is right at the top of not good enough and right at the bottom of solo raid. Still, because most players who got her earlier in the game probably have her extremely built right now. So I think she's closer to being solo raid quality. Damn, we need to reset Blanc soon. Set. Rupee. Fantastic Nikke in the early days of Nikke Goddess of Victory, with an ability to self-buff and do big-ass damage across the screen. Unfortunately today, she's just not good enough. Unfortunately, today, she's not good enough. I don't like the delivery either times, but I'm gonna move on. Dollar! In the early game, her burst 2 cooldown rate ability as well as her skill 1 increased attack to the entire team made her such a valuable B2 character. However, power creep. You know the story. And then, something happened. The way things lined up, by some miracle of miracles, because of the way things lined up, by some miracle of miracles, the shotgun team required a burst 2 cooldown rate character to fully optimize the team in certain elemental advantage situations. She stayed in the not good enough category for so long, and then suddenly because of the appearance of Dorothy Serendipity, we needed a burst 2 cooldown rate character to help with our solo rates. Dollar somehow crawled out of not good enough and came back to solo rate level. What a fighter. Novel is attack damage up, right? Or was it damage taken up? Let me check. Yo, Novel's damage taken up is 67.5% for 5 seconds. Wait a minute, isn't Novel usable in the electric team? Wouldn't Novel be usable in the electric team? Okay. Shit, where did I put her? Next up, we have Novel. In the early games of... Next up, we have Novel. A fantastic Nikke in the early days of Nikke Goddess of Victory, especially because of her burst skill, which gave the enemy a 67.5% damage taken debuff, making your entire team do big R damage. Big R damage. However, by today's standards, because 67.5% only applies for 5 seconds, it's simply not enough. It's unfortunate, causing her to be not good enough. That being said, she's not a low ranking not good enough character. She's probably somewhere like here, I would assume. You're gonna hear this story repeated time after time again. Like, even in the burst 1 part of this video, if you haven't watched it, I didn't say that as much. It seems like burst 2 characters get power crept by burst 1 characters way more. No, sorry. It seems like burst 2 characters got power. It seems like burst 2 characters got power crept by newer units way more often and way more intensely than burst 1 Nikkes. Pretty interesting. Good night, Stray Cat. Next up, Fo Guang, Supreme Eye Candy. She heals, I think, or shields, or increases your defense. Nobody knows. Nobody truly knows what Fo Guang does. She's just not good enough in general. Meh. Nobody really knows what Fo Guang does. She wasn't good enough 3 years ago when the game first launched, and she's not good enough today too. Pity. Viper. Where is Viper? There she is. Viper! I'll tell you the truth, I don't remember ever seeing Viper used from day one of her launch. Viper. I'll tell you guys the truth, I don't remember seeing Viper ever used since day one of her launch. And then they released her treasure item, which allowed her to do sustained damage and increase the sustained damage of herself, but made her into a re-entry character. When that happened, I remember seeing a video by Sky talking about how when that happened, I remember seeing a video by Sky talking about how increasing her to phase 15 of her favorite item bricked her and made your teams completely unbuildable. You would think Viper's a really attractive character. It's a pity that she went into not good enough for a really short while after she got that treasure item. And then a Water Week solo raid came out. And the number one player on the Southeast Asia servers on one of the days, I don't remember, I think it was like the last day, I was looking through the rankings of the solo raid banners. I was looking through the rankings of the solo raid and checking out the teams that they used. The number one team used Treasure Viper, and apparently she was one of the main damage dealers on that team. Holy shit, talk about a glow up! Viper is usable in 1 out of 5 element solo raids, so she belongs in the solo raid category. Let's go! What's up, Fufu? Good day, good day. Alright, next up we have Biscuit. Very usable in PvP, but unfortunately all her abilities are defensive in nature, and that's not quite what we're looking for when we're doing solo raid stuff. She belongs in the not good enough section. Did I get it right? Oh no, crit rate up. She has a crit rate up ability. Correction, Biscuit has a crit rate up ability, and when she bursts, she increases your supporter Nikke's attack. Still not a very significant attack buff. Still not a very significant damage increase to your team. Viper is always good, but mine isn't well built. Same. Oh, wait, what do you mean always good? In every element? Nah. Don't quote Nibi. Huh? Who's that? Alright, also, what's up, King Enemy? Hello. Next up we have Arya. When K was first released and I was looking for a character that helped crit rate and crit damage to help K, I found Arya, and I was like looking at her thinking, oh, this is the solution. This is how we get K to become good. Tested it, not true, she sucks. Not good enough. Nero. Nero! Very interesting character that works off the percentage chances of working. Nope. Nero, very interesting character that has luck-based abilities. To be fair, Tove also had luck-based abilities and she became such a good character. Unfortunately, Nero doesn't quite have the same... Unfortunately, Nero doesn't have quite the same bite to her. No. Unfortunately, Unfortunately, Nero doesn't quite have the same claws to her. Haha, because cat puns. She's not good enough. Sad. Very cute design though. Ah, this girl. Leona. When she was first released, she was simply seen as a crit rate buffer, crit damage buffer for shotgun teams specifically because of her pallet ability. She was used in conjunction with Maid Privity for pretty good effect. As time passed, unfortunately she became weaker and weaker and she got replaced by characters like Crown, Nagatia, you know, all sorts of different shotgun related. She got replaced by characters such as Crown, Nagatia, Blanc Noir, etc, etc. But with the release of Dorothy Serendipity, she actually became the best in slot shotgun burst 2 buffer. What the fuck is going on? Nobody knows. How did she go from super low tier to super usable? Beats me. What the fuck am I doing? Where's 8? I'm looking for 8 right now. She seems like she'll be somewhere here. There she is. 8. Top tier booty. Mid tier max HP buffs. Low tier healing. Bottom tier DPS. Bottom tier boss. Okay. Bottom tier bossing potential. Not good enough. Next up we have Bay. With the release of Treasure Item Bay, as far as I know, she has become a very high tier PvP character. But in terms of like fighting bosses and stuff like that, but once again she's another example of a high tier PvP character that just doesn't work quite as well outside of burst heals. You wouldn't use her, you use like Helm, Treasure Helm, right? But once again, she has fallen into the situation of being fantastic in PvP, but not a good bossing character. Pity. Do you see her favorite item design though? Oh my god. Do you see her favorite item wallpaper though? Oh my god. Okay, how many more? Let's keep going. Clay, burst 2 true damage supporter, but not as good as Flora in her true damage supporting ways. but not even as good as Flora in terms of her burst to, but not even as good as Flora when it comes to her true damage support. Clay is a really weird Nikke that came out at a time where the quality of burst 2 Nikkes were up here, and then Clay got released and it sort of went down and then it went back up again after that. I think she was designed as a bait banner for people who enjoyed under Booba. That's why I'm going to put her under not good enough. I'm so funny. Summer Rosanna! Fantastic Nikke on release, giving you that big ass sustained damage buff, having some of her personal sustain, some of her damage herself also comes from sustained damage. Summer Rosanna! Beautiful, beautiful Nikke with fantastic burst abilities. Attack damage up, sustained damage up. Some of her personal damage also comes in the form of sustained damage, so she buffs herself. And then one solo raid passed, and she was literally not good enough. It stayed this way for about 1.5 years, I think. It stayed like this for about 1.5 years, and then something changed. Mihara Bonding Chains was released at the 2.5 anniversary, and Mihara Bonding Chain greatly benefited from Summer Rosanna, pulling her back out of not good enough into solo raid quality. Fantastic stuff. Unfortunately, she's a limited time Nikke, so it's a little bit tough to get a copy of her, if you want to get a copy of her. Next up, we have Crust. She buffs attack, she buffs defense, she buffs sustained damage, she buffs attack, she buffs defense, she buffs sustained damage, she buffs distributed damage, and all these numbers are not good enough compared to some other burst 2 Nikke on this list. She's just not good enough. It really sounded like I was building her up to be a really good Nikke, but the truth of the matter is just she's not good enough. Comment ban Lamau. King of Anime! Stop using slurs, King of Anime. You see, they keep coming after you. Oh, my throat is so dry. I sometimes have the conspiracy theory that when Shift Up releases a Nikke, you just want to see Anchor in that list. There, Anchor is here, right here. He's right here. I low-key have a conspiracy theory that I low-key have a conspiracy theory that when Nikke creates a character that is very weak, the next time they go into an alt, the next time they release an alt of her, they make her very strong. Or when there's a really good Nikke and you get an alt of her, that Nikke is gonna become more underwhelming and more unimpressive. Now, remember how bad and how shitty 8 is? Remember the feeling of like, what the fuck is this shit? When you first saw 8's skill kit? That's what gave birth to Bunny 8. Oh my god. In terms of looks, SSS tier. In terms of attack buff, not the best, but okay. In terms of attack damage up, holy freaking Hell. Almost, was it 50% or almost 50%? Let me check. 55% attack damage up with an extra 10% pierce damage up. Holy crap, making her one of the best burst 2 Nikkes in the game right now. I'll put her around here for now. Oh, by the way, my burst 2 tier list right here is not sorted from left to right like I normally do it. Bunny 8 is a monster, she's a beast. Heck, she's probably Pilgrim level. Good stuff. Noah! Top tier, SSS tier PvP burst 2 unit. Unfortunately in hell, some of the times in hard mode campaign content, when I realize I'm dying within the first 5 seconds of the fight, what I do is that I just sneak in Noah so that I go invulnerable for like 4 seconds. What I do is I just sneak in a copy of Noah, make her go invulnerable for 4 seconds, make the full team go invulnerable for 4 seconds, and just clear out the bad boys. Unfortunately, 99% of the time, she's just not good enough. Pity. Nihilister, the fire dragon, the goddess of flames and inferno, the queen of the lizard Nikkes, the queen of the lizards, the red-haired death. Oh, she's so cool in the story. Unusable, not good enough. Now, for Red Hood, we are going to be judging her based specifically on her burst 2 skill. Yeah, we're going to be judged for Red Hood specifically. Next up, we have Red Hood. Just as a reminder, Red Hood bursts on burst 1, burst 2 or burst 3 with a 40-second cooldown, and she can burst in all of those slots. I'm going to be judging her based on her universal skills as well as her burst 2 skill kit right now, which is, it helps her heal more. It's really not that good. Her burst 2 skill is not that good. Oh yes, and she taunts. Yep. Meh. Meh. Next up, we have Crown. When we enter full burst, everybody who bursts in this cycle gains an attack buff and reload speed buff. People who didn't burst gets defense up and reload speed buff. Every certain number of shots she takes, she gains 1 stack of her ability. When she hits 20 stacks of the ability, she heals herself and she becomes invulnerable. Whenever she is healed, the entire team gets a 20% attack damage buff. Then she can also buff. She can also buff. Yeah, she can have my kids. Then she can also burst, giving the entire team 10.something% of, giving the entire team a shield of about 10.something% of her max hit. Giving the entire team. I'm distracted. What do you guys say? Mother will for a very specific purpose. Lol in last 30 seconds of it. True. Those elites. And then she buffs everybody for a huge 40% attack damage up. Did I miss anything? 10% shield, 36% attack damage up. Okay. Attack damage 20.99%. There is There's only one reason I'm able to recite all of this off of the top of my head. That's because she's an icon, she's a god, she's a queen. Nope, nay, she's a king. Crown is our current top tier, SSS tier Burst 2 Nikke. The king! The king! Alright. Yep. It's actually kinda shocking. Most people don't realize this, but the reason why Crown is so high tier is not because of the huge attack damage buff. It's not because of the huge attack damage buff, it's actually because of the reload speed buff, causing your full team's uptime of how often they're shooting to increase to almost 100%. Alright, after Crown is... Next, we have Grave. I truly do believe that Barney 8's skill kit is balanced around Grave's skill kit. They basically are almost exactly the same. Both of them work best when working with Pierce damage team. 8 is a little bit more flexible with her attack damage up to the entire team, but Grave also has a very similar attack damage buff to the entire team. The main difference is in situations where you're using either of these Nikke with non-Pierce teams, 8 actually provides a better attack damage buff to the entire team. However, Grave has many abilities that improves her own personal damage output. In the case where you're fighting a fire weak, in the case that you are using your Nikkes to fight a fire weak solo raid, Grave is gonna do much better than Bunny 8. However, most of the other times, Bunny 8 is gonna outperform Grave, as far as I understand. For that reason, I am gonna put Grave here, and I'm gonna put Bunny 8 just one tier above Grave. Shocking, really. Wait, what's your number again? I hope I got it right. Attack damage 46, 39. 46, 39, 85%. Where is this? 46, 39 is 85%. This is 65 plus 18, 63, 83%. Okay. When it comes to Grave and Bunny 8, as long as they are both being run in a Pierce damage specific team and also in a Pierce specific fight, they are about almost equal. Grave has a small advantage over Bunny 8. However, in the situation where you're fighting against a fire weak Rapture, Grave becomes much more of a menace because she has a significant damage output, whereas Bunny 8 much less so. So I'll put the rankings as such. Okay, fix that. Next up, we have the newest addition to the Burst 2 lineup, Nayuta. Nayuta is quite a freak monster. She heals the entire team. She provides attack damage up to the entire team. And at the same time, she's a very significant damage output character in the game. Comparing them side by side, she is basically on the same level as Crown. However, she doesn't have Crown's reload speed upgrade. But at the same time, on the other hand, Crown does not have the DPS output that Nayuta has. So when it comes to Crown and Nayuta, whoever is above really depends on the element weakness of the solo raid boss or the people that you're fighting. If they're weak against wind type, Nayuta hands down clears that fight 100% of the time. She's at the top of the leaderboards. For the other 4 out of 5 times, however, Crown is just gonna support the team a little bit better, making sure everybody's damage output is higher and giving them the shield to survive a little bit better. Oh, this one's gonna be controversial. Big controversial. Chime, our recently added freemium, no. This one's gonna be controversial. Chime is our recently added free MLB SSR character for the 3rd year anniversary. In the story, she works with Crown, and in the game skill kit wise, she also works with Crown. She helps Crown 10x her damage output, which is utterly insane. I'm gonna put her in solo raid here. I think that Crown is definitely gonna make it in a solo raid where the boss is Iron Weak, which is on the same level as, say, Arcana, Trina, Treasure Viper. All of them are gonna be there as long as the enemy is so and so element weak. So because of that, I think Chime is solo raid level Nikke, and also she's the first good free giveaway SSR character in Goddess of Victory Nikke for specifically an anniversary. Alright? Yeah, specifically for the anniversary. Next up, we have Makima, or as the Japanese like to call it, Makima. Makima-san. Makima-sama. Woof woof woof. Woof woof woof. Makima. She has Indomitability. She buffs the entire team for reload speed, defense, and she taunts the enemy. And she taunts the enemy for 50% of the time. And she taunts the enemy for 50% of the time. She also has very much She also has the ability to heal herself whenever she bursts. She's good in PvP. Not top tier, but I believe she's like high up there. But in terms of fighting bosses, yeah, the Code Demon has her beat. Next up, we have Ram. So Ram has the ability to go. Let me check the number. Okay, so Ram is a really interesting character. She's a burst 2 healer that in very specific cases she can stack herself up to 120% attack up, making her a sub DPS character that heals the entire game. Not only that, she also has the ability to increase rocket launchers attack up by 50% and give them max ammo up 5 for 10 seconds. She also has a pretty significant crit rate of increasing her own crit rate by 37% for 10 seconds every time she bursts. So I'll tell you the truth, I'm not sure if I'm coping or the world just doesn't see the world, or all Nikke players just don't see it the way I do. But I earnestly believe that RAM is solo raid applicable when it comes to water weak raptures. I genuinely believe this. I don't know, and no one else sees it. I don't know why. I don't know why no one else sees this. I think it's so clear, it's clear as day. Is it just me? How can it be? Copium? Holy copium? Is 120% attack up and healing not good enough? What in God's name am I drinking? Green apple soda. Watch this, watch this. We put this, you can close this up, and then we lock it. And then, oh, no spillage. And then, watch this, let's open it up. Oh. That's the good stuff. Maybe you guys are right. Maybe RAM is really not good enough. It's what a loser would say. I stick by my waifus. RAM is up there in the solo raid section. Let's freaking go. She's so good. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. 120% attack up. Crit rate up 35%. Put her in conjunction with someone that gives her crit damage up. You guys are gonna be laughing. You guys are gonna be crying the next time there's a water weak solo raid. I'm gonna get you. I'll prove that she belongs in the solo raid section next time. Wait, does Rem need to burst to trigger her 120% attack damage up, or is it anybody full burst? She needs to burst. Okay. Last stream for a while going somewhere? No, I need to do my cardistry job. So I'm still gonna be on the internet, but I'll be on my other YouTube channel. That's basically it. Next up, we have Mari. And this is our last burst too, I believe. Next up, we have Mari. Mari, huge attack damage up, huge pierce damage up, The main difference she has compared to Grave and Bunny 8 is that she takes down shields very well. The problem is not only that, she also gives attack to the entire team for 50% of the time that you are fighting. The problem is okay, the problem is she only has the pierce damage buff when the enemy has a core. So if the enemy doesn't have a core, Mari's attack damage buff drops from 80%, 40% being attack damage, 40% being pierce damage, and slides it down to only 40% attack damage up, making her far less useful. She's on par with Grave and Bunny 8 sometimes, and then when there is no core, then she just falls off a cliff very sadly into a ditch. We cry. I don't think she's bad enough to be in the not good enough pile, but at this point we are not at a loss for very powerful Nikkes in the burst 2 slot. I'll put her at the bottom of solo rate. I think she's falling off soon. Next, let's go. Finally, let's go fast with the SR and R Nikkes. Delta, not good enough, she makes decoys. Anise, fantastic in PvP to build charge, to build your burst gauge, but in Nikke Goddess of in bossing, in solo raids and bossing, not good enough. Bellotta, nobody knows what she does. She just plays pranks on Mika and cries and be sad. Not good enough. Himeno is defense down, attack up for sniper rifles. Himeno could have been a Himeno could have been an interesting sniper tribe buffer, but unfortunately the numbers were just so small, making her not good enough. Did they do anything interesting in Lily? I remember it was quite interesting. Something about random people getting something. Attack up, cover up, rebuild cover, attack up. Lily has some weird cover related, attack related ability. Unfortunately, because it was random, Unfortunately, she's not very good. The numbers just didn't make sense, and she belongs in not good enough. Soldier FA. Real talk, I don't know what she does, but all the R Nikkes in Nikke Goddess of Victory are just not strong enough. And finally, Product 23, a very significant character in the story of Goddess of Victory Nikke, but skill kit wise, just simply unusable. Alright guys, there you have it. That is my Burst 2 tier list for Goddess of Victory Nikke. Ram, I shall one day prove to be a valuable addition into your solo raid teams, but for the rest of it, I don't think there should be any level of controversy. Let me reorder these characters a little bit. This is 1 out of 5 elements, 1 out of 5 elements. This is falling off really badly. This is actually quite high tier. This is 1 of the 5 elements. Oops. 1 of the 5 elements. 1 of the 5 elements. Good. Healing and good. Shotgun team. Overall buffer. Naga. Dollar is for shotgun again. Okay, I guess Dollar should be here if she's representing shotgun. Okay. Agree to disagree. Bay and Biscuit combo makes a good burst 2 team. Alright, I've organized it as such. Alright guys, so there you have it. This is my burst 2 tier list. As far as Ram goes, I'm gonna prove one day that she's good enough to hang out in the solo raid related teams. But for today, I shall I shall give in and put Ram under solo raid but above not good enough, in a tier of her own. Quick explanation: SSS tier, Crown is top tier unless it's Wind weak, then Nayuta is top tier. Mid Mask goes with everybody. She's fantastic burst to Nikke. Grave and Bunny 8 exist in the same rough sphere of doing the same things. Mid Anchor whenever partnered with Mid Mask, big pop off, fantastic stuff. Leona as well as Dollar, shotgun team specific. Unwa 2 Electric Boogaloo, depends on whether you're using a true damage character. Naga depends on whether or not the opponent has a core. Summer Rosanna depends on whether you're using a sustained damage team. Maid Blanc, falling off soon. And then all of these characters here depend on the element of the enemy, so they're going to be useful 1 out of 5 times. And finally, Mari, I think she's falling off. Let me know. What do you think of my tier list? Let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Until next time, it's been DGen Lord, and this is my DGen list. Hopefully you guys agree. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Bye bye. End the recording. Alright guys, it's 6:30 AM and I know I wrote that this is the last. It's my final stream, right? Where does Boogaloo come from? It's just a meme. It's just a meme. Something to Electric Boogaloo. You should do tier list for 1 of each element code. What do you mean for 1 of each element code? Like, do I choose Trina or Kana? PvP tier list. My PvP knowledge sucks though. Braza, you want me to put out misinformation? A tutorial on how to beat Kraken? Really? Just put Nayuta and Crown in the same team. Nayuta, Crown, SBS, Liberalio, and Siren. Put them in one team, full auto. And then you can get at least to phase 7. If you control, you can get phase. You can defeat Kraken easily. I think. I don't actually know because I haven't tried it myself. But I think. Alright. I can't do... Okay, so what I was saying is this. So today is the last stream I'm gonna be doing for a while, is what I said. And then I realized that the next stream that I'm gonna do is not tomorrow, but the day after on Thursday. Enough tickets for the next event? Hell yeah I do. Hell yeah I do. We're gonna be a-okay. We have 1,000 gold mileage tickets left. We can do the next 5 events. Oh, actually the next event has 2 characters, right? Oops. Kraken, huh? Oh, today is a reset. To defeat Kraken, you just do this. And then you change this to Liberalio.
I'm feeling a little lazy, but I'll tag along.
Everybody permanently shooting. Like this. And then I wonder if we could full auto with this thing. Thank you. What the fuck?
Long live the Crown Kingdom!
Oh, yay! Here. You wanna see how it's done? Alright, I got you. You go here. Do I need to do anything here? Oh my god, this damage output is ridiculous. Can I tank this as well? Sort of. Oh yeah, easy phase 7. Nice.
Tis taken me longer than usual. Had I donned my usual garb, I would have been swifter.
Alright, let's do phase 8. Let's do the kill then. Wow, I can't believe that team did that. Oh, I need to check whether my Scarlet Black Shadow is getting the buff. She's not. Damn it. I guess I overbuffed my Liberalio. Yeah. That's so dumb. Alright, no. I'll have to fix it another time.
From torment free as our kingdom light embrace us. From torment free as our kingdom light embrace us.
Break the cow? No, not good. Does this count as a core? Core damage.
From torment free I shall attain enlightenment. This is going on a bit long. From torment free I shall attain enlightenment.
Where did the links go? Why all gone? Good night, Silver Sarah.
From torment free I shall attain enlightenment. From torment free I shall attain enlightenment. From torment free I shall attain enlightenment. From torment free I shall attain enlightenment.
There you go. That's how you defeat Kraken. Nice. Time to delete and start over. Let's
The
go.
waves have calmed. Why don't we swim towards the
But
next
yeah,
story?
phase 7 and phase 9 don't give you any benefits. I mean, it's
Securing
nice.
victory for their subjects is a king's duty.
Can't do it. Understandable. So, let me see. I need to get my Liberalio's attack higher so that SBS can be under my Liberalio attack. Ah, annoying. So annoying. Alright. Wonder if this is gonna be enough. No, it's not. Alright guys, I'm gonna call it a night. So as I was saying, today is the last stream for a while. Is the title of the stream. But the thing is that Thursday we have an update, right? So I will stream on Thursday. And then Friday I'll be off, I think. Saturday I'll be off, I think. Yes. But we'll see. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's stream. I'll be trying to create more content in the form of videos, because I think videos work better for expanding to new audiences than live streams. I'll see you guys in the Discord as well, so don't feel too lonely. We'll all miss you. Nah, you won't. I'll still be around. Alright gang, take care, good night, bye bye. I'll still be in the Discord guys. Lonely? Nah, don't lonely. Alright, bye bye.